But this is about his particular situation, about his deal going into his contract year. He says, I don't know. Honestly, I wish I had an answer. Playing with one team your whole career is very cool, I think. But legacy is not important to me on the baseball field. I don't worry about that. It is interesting in that, back now with Tom Verducci and Sean Casey, I don't know if any player, like, in my mind, like, helped his stock as much as Kershaw did. I mean, it was a short season, but you had to go out and perform instantly. And Case, he went out and did 58 innings with a 2.16. Yeah. That's impressive. Just coming out and dealing like that, regardless of postseason and everything else like that. Now he goes into his contract year. What do you do with this guy? Like, they just gave him that 3-year deal. It's like, it wasn't the retirement package. Like, he's only going into his age 33 season. But you thought, hey, you're not the pitcher you were. 3-year deal. It's a lot of money. Just stay here. Now suddenly it's like, no, I'm kind of great still. So what do you do with him?
I'm still really good.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's a matter of, I don't think they're going to give Kershaw that a big money to stick around like they did, was that 3 years, $90+ million? But I don't know. I look at Clayton Kershaw as a Dodger. And for this next contract, I'd love to see him stay there and have the Dodgers, you know, have him a little hometown discount, but not big time, maybe in the $20 million range.
No, because he's well within his rights, Tom, to say, no. 62 strikeouts, 8 walks in 58 innings. I should be paid like I was getting paid.
He's still an elite pitcher.
Yeah.
This is not just hand him a contract because he's Mr. Dodger. No, he's still a really good pitcher. Give him a lot of credit. He went to driveline last winter, increased his velocity, which had been going down, changed his pitch mix. He's now way below 50% fastballs. The slider-curveball combination is unbelievable. Case, other than Greg Maddux, I can't remember a pitcher who, throughout his career, let the ball go from the same release point time after time after time. It is amazing how consistent he is. And here's a comp for you, a different kind of pitcher, but Nolan Ryan did the same thing. He was able to maintain his physical strength, size, and mechanics through his 40s. I can see Kersh doing that. So if I'm the Dodgers, I have to be careful that this is not another Nolan Ryan going from Southern California to Texas back home, where Kersh is from. There's a market for Clayton Kershaw out there. I agree with him. There is something special to be a one-team pitcher, especially with the records he's put up and will put up in L.A., but if they're going to give Trevor Bauer $42 million next year, you know, you can't say you don't have the money to keep the franchise icon.
Right. Take a look at where Kershaw was just recently. And the Shredder, I think, is a good indicator of this. We do a show Top 10 right now. We just finished the series for this offseason. Now, he went for the best pitcher in baseball, obviously, 2017, 2018. This guy is a 5-time ERA champ. But then he dipped to 7th, getting ready for 2019. And then the next year, not rated at all by the Shredder. And, guys, that was not like some Shredder fluke. I remember our sabermetric panel. I think we had Ron Darling as well. He did not make anybody's top 10. I think I found a place for him out of respect, Case. Because he did have like a 3. Like I said, his failure was a 3.03 ERA in 178 innings. And he has that track record. But, like, then he went back on. He was back in most everybody's top 10 this year. So I just wanted to say there has been a change. It seemed like he was kind of going away. He just came back. Yeah.
He's back. Well, you know, like Tom was saying, he keeps reinventing himself. He's not that power arm that he was when he first came up. This guy can flat out still pitch, and we saw it on the road to the World Series, win that championship. I mean, through some big innings in the postseason. But yeah, you're right. This guy has so many weapons. You know, the slider, the curveball. He throws that little. The fastball is still, you know, high 80s to low 90s. But this guy knows how to pitch, and he's one of the greatest of this generation.
To get back to how to GM as well, the Dodgers are doing an excellent job. Obviously, Andrew Friedman and company there. But they just did basically a 2-year deal with Bauer for 85, right? If he opts out for that $17 million in year 3. They offered Bryce Harper $45 million a year for 4 years. This also is right along in a similar vein, going, look, we're only going to do a 3-year deal. We're not going to do that 6 or 7-year deal, but it's going to be a boatload of money, $30 million plus. Like, that gets your attention. It's not disrespecting him. It seems like they could go back to that well, couldn't they?
Yes, and I think that's just being smart, because the greatest asset they have is their resources. So you use that and limit the exposure, the term of the contract. Use the money to buy out, you know, the exposure of years. And in Kershaw's case, he just did it with a 3-year deal here. Do it again with another 3 years. Yeah. Because I think, Case, we talked about this, the way the game is played now, it suits him much more now that he's aging into his mid-30s, in that he doesn't have to pitch every 5th day. The Dodgers are very careful about that now. On the whole, he pitches on the 6th day. and he's getting extra rest. He's getting out of games earlier. He's not getting, win us the game in the 7th or 8th inning. We have other guys who can do that. I think this year you'll see many teams, including the Dodgers, often use, if not all the time, a 6-man rotation coming off the short season into 162. It makes sense, and they certainly have the pitching depth to do that. So this adds up to me to a career extension for Clayton Kershaw. He doesn't have to throw 200 innings a year.
Right.
This is a guy for 28 starts, 100 and let's say 70 innings, is going to dominate. And you don't have to ask him to do more the way he did when he was in his 20s.